All the babies in this film are 48 hours old or younger, with an average age of 30 hours. We waited that long so that drug effects, if any, would have largely worn off. Each infant had a normal birth, and all received an APGAR rating of 8 or better. This first baby, an American Caucasian, is demonstrating the automatic walk. The examiner places the feet on a flat surface, whereupon the legs may snap up. Then they usually stiffen and support the body's weight. With a little encouragement, 80% of 2-day-old Caucasian newborns then start to take steps. On a 4-point scale, this first baby would receive a rating of 2. This second Caucasian baby is more of a high stepper. The examiner here is more experienced and is able to maintain the baby's own rhythm of stepping. Also, a crying baby usually does better on this task, and he gets a maximum rating of 4. Now, this third Caucasian infant just stiffens his legs and partially supports himself. Since there is no walk, he received a rating of 1. The next 3 babies are Navajo, born at the Indian Hospital at Fort Defiance. As with Caucasians, they are full-term, healthy babies. Of the 36 Navajo newborns seen in this study, only 2 showed lower limb activity comparable to the Caucasians. This is baby number 2. Further studies of Navajo newborns at Crown Point on the eastern periphery of the reservation and at Tuba City to the far west resulted in somewhat greater rates of leg stiffening and automatic walk. This may be a reflection of greater rates of outbreeding in those areas. And this is baby number 3. Now we are looking at a standard neurological procedure called the defense reaction. The nose is pressed with a cloth, and this Caucasian baby obviously doesn't like it. Once again, the rating scale is 1 to 4, and this is an average Caucasian response, a rating of 3. Here is a second Caucasian infant who eventually achieves about the same level of response. A third Caucasian infant. And he is also given a rating of 3. Now back among the Navajo at Fort Defiance. Although this baby is in the lap, we will see that the reaction in the bassinet is the same. Among the Navajo newborns, instead of mounting annoyance over time, there was a progressive accommodation, and the infants simply breathed through the mouth. In this second Navajo infant, there is a slight annoyance at first. But the infant adapts over time, the opposite of the Caucasian reaction. Now we are viewing the Moro response, another standard neurological item. It may be elicited in many ways, most commonly by dropping the head of the bassinet about 6 inches. As with the cloth over the nose, repeating the bassinet drop causes Caucasian babies to become upset and cry. Here we see it with a second Caucasian infant. There is usually full extension of the arms, followed by general movement of all limbs as the infant slowly recovers. And now a third Caucasian infant with approximately the same results. With Navajo newborns, once again the story is quite different. A fact previously noted by Clyde Kluckhohn in 1940. Despite the rather severe second drop, the infant recovers quickly and the limb movements dampen out. Here's a second baby. He shows very little extension and very quick recovery. This third Navajo baby has fairly full arm extension, but again very little residual movement. Note that none of the Navajo infants cried at these rather severe drops. Now we are viewing a Japanese newborn in Kobe, Japan. Such non-reactivity in Caucasian, African, or Australian Aboriginal infants would be most worrisome. Among Orientals and those of Oriental extraction, such as American Indians, it appears most common. The same baby is now being pulled to a sitting position. This is a standard examination item rated 1 through 9 from no head lag through severe head lag. This baby would receive a rating of 7 or 8, a common rating among Orientals and European Caucasians. This baby is Kenyan and was seen in Kenyatta Hospital in Nairobi. He is a member of the Luo tribe. He exhibits little head lag, but instead actively holds his head back and stiffens his body. The slight lip tremor is common everywhere, particularly in males. This baby is also Kenyan, a new member of the Kikuyu tribe. Similarly, excellent head control has been documented among the Hausa in Nigeria and the Baganda in Uganda, and it may well characterize much of sub-Saharan Africa. Finally, we will look at some Australian Aboriginal newborns at Darwin Hospital in the Northern Territory. Here on the pull to sit, body, head, and feet are acting as a unit. Then as the head goes down, the feet come up. Aboriginal newborns also reacted more severely to a cloth over the nose than did any other group. They tended to be high steppers on the automatic walk, achieving a higher average score than any other group. And here the legs stiffen to a point where he cannot be placed in the sitting position. Placed in the prone, an aboriginal newborn here lifts his head as well as do Caucasian infants of 1 month of age. And that ends our brief tour.